Our delicious mung bean with coconut gravy is ready. I'm going to serve it nicely. Hello everyone, my name is Shrikant and welcome to Happy Belly Fish Cooking Show. Today we are going to make something with mung bean. Now this is often a question that people always ask, what do I do with mung bean, right? So we have one of these recipes, you can check out the link, and that's one way to make something with mung bean. We also have one more recipe, mung bean dosa, that also you can check it out. But now, today we are going to make something with mung bean and coconut milk. Sounds interesting, right? So it's a very easy recipe. All you have to have is cooked mung bean. And this is where people go wrong. So they cook it too much, especially when they cook it in pressure cooker, because they can't really see inside the pressure cooker what's happening. All you have to do is let the pressure come to the highest point and then let's switch it off. And then after 3 minutes, release the pressure. If you can't release it from the nozzle, then just put it under cold water and you will have mung bean which will look like this. And if you have one of those Indian pressure cookers, the noisy ones which kind of keeps blowing whistle all the time, you should actually not do it more than twice. 2 whistles, you're done. And release the pressure as soon as possible. Don't keep it there, allowing it to become completely mushy and something else, porridge. And that's not what we want to make today. Alright, so enough talking about mung bean and how do we cook mung bean or boil it in a pressure cooker. Let's move on to the whole recipe. So what am I going to use today? I'm using about a cup of mung bean, which I soaked overnight and then boiled it in the morning. And I'm using about 250 ml of coconut milk. And then some other ingredients, finely chopped onion. A small onion will do. If you have shallots, you like them, you can even use that. I'm going to use finely chopped ginger and some finely chopped garlic. Spices, not too many here. I'm using black mustard seed and dry red chili. If you're very lucky to have curry leaves with you, you can even add that to the dish. In fact, this is a dish from Kerala, southern part of India. And there they use a lot of coconut milk in their dishes, and curry leaf is one of the ingredients that you will always find in their dishes, or in fact all the southern Indian dishes. And the other spices that we'll talk about now, again, turmeric, the yellow one, chili powder, the red one, and then we have ground cumin and salt. If I forget to add salt, make sure you remind me in the comment section. It's because I always add it towards the end. That's my eating habit. Maybe you can learn, probably if somebody said that, okay, you need to reduce salt now, this could be a way. And now we can also add some color to our dish. I'm going to add a red pepper here. If you have bell pepper, you can even add that, or you can completely skip it. Just garnish it with some fresh herbs. Choice is yours. You need to be very flexible when it comes to cooking. You can add your own ingredients. This will be like a kind of a guideline. So that's how you learn with me. And if you are interested, you really should check out our website, happybellyfish.com, where you will see a lot of free masterclasses that are available for you to try. And we are trying to transform one kitchen at a time so that you start cooking healthy food at home, right? A healthy food that's easy to cook. It's not like super complicated stuff or stuff that you don't want to eat. And you just don't learn about Indian cooking or gravies there. You can also learn about fermented food. You can also learn about vegan baking. All these masterclasses are available. Even there is one with spices. There's a masterclass that's available where you learn to make your own spice seasonings. So do check it out. You got introduced to the ingredients. Let's start cooking now. So I'll add some oil. You can add actually coconut oil if you have. So we'll heat the oil, not burn it, not smoke it out. And when the oil is warm enough, we'll add the dry spices. And here it's simple. I'm adding 2 whole dry red chilies, and I'm going to add some mustard seed. Just about a teaspoon of it, not too much, right? And you can see the mustard seeds, they're kind of simmering in the oil here. You don't want to heat the oil to such an extent that you put the mustard seeds and they try to escape. Nobody likes it too hot, right? And this is where, if you have curry leaves with you, you can add some fresh sprigs of curry leaves. If you have dried one, you can also add that. But I think like nothing comes close to the fresh curry leaves. Before the oil gets too hot and the mustard seeds tries to run away or abandon you, that's when it's the time for you to add the finely chopped onion and also ginger and garlic. So I'll add about a teaspoon of garlic, a teaspoon of ginger, finely chopped. If you have a ginger garlic paste with you, you can even do that. And it's very simple, you know. You just take equal quantity of ginger and garlic, blend them together. And this is one of the things I always say, you need to know your ginger and also the garlic, because the ginger from different parts of the world is completely different. The ginger that you get from India is actually slightly brownish on the inside, and it's super strong and has a citrus note compared to the ones that you get in the West. In Europe, the one we get is kind of yellowish and it's not as strong. So it's good for like kind of ginger tea, you know, but not so strong for cooking. So we'll just cook onion enough so that it becomes translucent, and that's when we'll add the spices. And this is where it's slightly different. You see, like usually we add some tomato gravy to it and then add the spices, or we add the spices and add the tomato gravy. But here there's no tomato gravy, if you see, or there's no tomato. So we'll do it without. So I'm going to again start with chili. I'm adding slightly more. This time more than half a teaspoon, because we have coconut milk, it needs to have some spiciness. I'll add about half a teaspoon of turmeric and 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. We'll just mix it nicely and not cook it for too long, just like maybe 2-3 seconds. And immediately you can add the cooked mung bean. So this is also a dish. You can actually serve it as it is. But let's say you want to add some more interesting flavors to it, right? That's when you can add some coconut milk. Or you can add some freshly desiccated coconut, or if you have desiccated coconut, dried one, you can even add that. So, you know, your possibilities are endless. I'm going to add now the coconut milk. It already smells so nice. And I really thought like, okay, I need to figure out a way to cook mung bean slightly differently. And I didn't have to look much further than Kerala. And all you have to do now is wait for the mung bean to come to a boil. And what we'll do is, before we take it off the flame, we'll add some bell pepper. I can cut it into small cubes and then add it so that it gives me some kind of a color contrast and also some taste. Alright, so you don't have to add it, but I think like we also eat with our eyes, not just with, you know, our mouth. Of course, you also eat with your nose. You want to make sure that the food smells nice, looks nice. These seeds and the flesh that you see, I'm going to remove it, okay? It kind of doesn't taste very nice, and the seeds are something that you don't want to have when you're eating, right? So we have chopped the bell pepper and we're going to add it to this gravy. And that's how simple it is, right? It doesn't take a lot of time and there are not too many ingredients. And that's what I like doing. I like to make recipes simple, or at least if there are very complicated recipes, try to break it down so that you understand everything. So I'm going to add this red pepper here, gives it a nice color, makes it look really nice. And you know, you can go overboard here. If you want to add some tofu, paneer, or any other mixed beans, you can even do that, right? So you have limitless possibilities here. And the one thing that I always forget, salt. Not a lot, just as much as you need. Mix it nicely, and if the gravy is too thick for you, you can always add some water. So what I'm going to do now is that I'll add about, let's say, half a cup of water and allow it to cook for some time. So when it comes to boil in about 3 to 5 minutes, the dish is ready. So because this gravy cooks so fast, make sure you're around it. Okay, don't go off to a shower and come back, oh, where's my gravy? And it's not there. So make sure you're there, around it. And I must say that mung bean is one of the easiest beans to cook, easiest beans to eat. You can do several things. You can sprout it, you can put it in your salad every day. Cooked one, of course, you don't want to break your teeth. And again, those videos that I told you about, where we cook mung bean in 2 different ways, you can also try out them. And one thing I like about mung bean is that it's so easy to digest, right? For those people who want to start eating beans and legumes, this is where you need to start. Mung bean is always something that will suit you. It will never give you this indigestion. So guys, let us know in your comments what you liked about this recipe, how simple it was, if you made it, and your encouragement will actually make us do even better. And if you want us to cook a particular recipe or even simplify it or break it down for you, do write it in the comments and we will do that for you. So this has come to a boil. It took about 5 minutes on a medium flame. You need to make sure that you don't cook it like really fast. There are some times in life when you need to slow down a bit, and cooking is one of those times. All right, our delicious mung bean with coconut gravy is ready. I'm going to serve it nicely. By the way, if you want to add some ripe pineapple, you can also do that and call it this Hawaiian style mung bean recipe. Although it's from Kerala and they also have pineapples, by the way. So, you know, if you can't travel anywhere for whatever reason, there are ways to travel through food. And of course, you can garnish it with some fresh parsley leaf or even coriander. So with that, I'll sign off. And guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and do write in the comment what you want us to cook for you again.